Hello and welcome. This is episode 35 of the VMware VCD Roundtable. We are short ahead of the VMware Explore, and as such, we are going to make today's topic our expectations for VMware Explore. We are going to chat a bit about why we think Explore this year is going to be a bit different, etc., or is it not different? What are our expectations? And then we hope to see you all, or at least many of you, during Explore in Las Vegas. But first, let's give it a round of hellos. And the last one is then going to start with the expectations. Matthias, you're going to start?
With expectations or the hello? Hello, Matthias.
Hello.
Is it you I'm looking for? No, it's Matthias. Looking forward to VMware Explore in 2 weeks and pass it on to Sasha.
Yeah, hi, Sasha. Yeah, also looking forward. So preparing all of this stuff for the Explorer. Yeah, Toby.
Yeah, hello, Toby here as well. Also looking forward to Explore. Talking about expectation, personal expectation of myself would be, getting insights how or what's going on with the whole Cloud Foundation story. So, what be now the next major steps on the whole VCF part, product lineup, integration of the products. As we know, missing brownfield parts. When could we expect them? But also on the other hand, as we have already seen a little bit in the content catalog, many new ecosystem partners will be there. So there will be a bunch of sessions with new products and with other products from the ecosystem. So really, quite interesting what's going on Explore this time.
Can you give some samples of ecosystem partners you're looking forward to?
Yeah,
some insights?
On one hand, what was expected, okay, there's a huge bunch of Symantec. Okay, more or less same company, but there are huge sessions of integration of Symantec security into VCF, into VMware. But also, this is what is really interesting for me personally, the whole SD-WAN part. So we are already aware that the whole SD-WAN part will change with the integration of web security and stuff like this into the Symantec web security stuff. So this is something which is also interesting, but also from my perspective, interesting for service providers, because since SD-WAN more and more becomes also part of the CSP portion, this is something which could be interesting in future. What's maybe not quite so interesting from a service provider perspective is the whole Google part. So also what you can see, or what's clearly there if you look into the content catalog, many Google sessions, many Google VMware engine sessions. On the other hand, VMC, we know it is a product which is more or less gone. So I think there is only one VMware Cloud on AWS session compared to 50 with Google Cloud. But let's see what the future is bringing.
Yeah, I think is what you said in the very early beginning. I think it's going to be overall interesting how the conference format is going to change from a keynote, etc. perspective, because it's the first one which is now under full control of Broadcom. So I think it's really going to be very interesting to see how the keynote is going to be completely different or being completely the same, just with different speakers between last year and this year. So that is definitely something I'm going to look forward to. I'm also going to be more interested is if Broadcom is going to shift a bit. What customers have asked lately is from a short-term vision to be realistic. VMware was very often presenting more or less the view for the next year or two from product perspective on a keynote perspective. Is Broadcom going to change that? Are they going to give a longer term vision, how they see VCF, network security and other things going to change? Are they doing that only in the invite advisory boards, or how is that going to happen? But also, that's a good part. The advisory boards are back. And from what I've seen is it's also going to be an interesting approach for Hawk because as far as I have seen, he has at least a bunch of community events, not only community events, but different customer events he has to go to from advisory board, VMAC, etc. So how he's going to be received, how he's going to deal with potential feedback and everything else, and how that is going to go. I was, based on the talks we had with them earlier this year, I was actually not expecting him to be on that many events, but I think it's the right step to actually go into that direction. But yeah, let's see how that works. So I'm really interested to see how overall everything is changing between VMware and Broadcom. I mean, there is a content catalog, all the basic stuff is the same, but really from a sessions etc. perspective.
Yeah.
So
One thing. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Sasha. I can add mine later.
I'm really interested in the points how the breakout sessions will be, because what we saw in the schedules, so there are breakout sessions and there are a few live breakout sessions. So I'm really interested in the combination of what's recorded and what's live. And that will become interesting for me. And I also looking forward to see how the different business units work together and prepare their stuff together and present their stuff together, because there are really much combinations also currently with service providers, for example, with the Tanzu business unit, and requirements for TKGM. So how do they present it, and what are the next steps there in the communication? Also, I researched the content catalog and searching for service provider stuff, and there is not so much. There are a lot of VCF stuff, but we all know that a lot of limitations currently with VCF and service providers, but we have no sessions dedicated for that. So looking forward, and with that, it becomes more and more interesting to meet in person to our customer briefing center to see what we can do for you and combine all of this information. So I think we will have a lot of meetings, get a lot of new informations, and can share it with you. So that's my primary expectation for that Explore this year. And let me add one more point. So I'm really interested who will join the Explore, because in all the last or mostly all the last meetings in the last 3 or 4 weeks, if we asked if they join Explore, so many will not join. Many also don't know who joined from their company because they have not defined it yet. And so I'm really interested how many will join and who will join the Explore.
What's really interesting, and you mentioned, Sasha, especially for CSPs, looks like the content catalog is not really, it's not existing, to be honest, because more or less the content catalog from Explore is, I would say, related to enterprise business, which is really interesting to see how this will be behaved in the future. What's also quite interesting is from time to time, when it comes to the catalog, you already see the new product names. So especially for those who are maybe interested in NSX security, please search for vDefend, which is the new name of the product. And also, on the other hand, for those who are interested in end user computing, this is not the right event than this time, because there is clearly no end user computing related session. So Omnissa is already out.
But that is something. I had a video recording with Shankar, the CEO of Omnissa, about 3 weeks ago. It's still in final cuts because now that he is a CEO, we have to go through all kinds of legal reviews. But based on that review, yeah, that's not a surprise. They are planning and running their own conference and their own events, and so I was basically about a year ago, or about half a year ago, I think, beginning of the year, Sasha, when we spoke with them, they were still of the opinion that they would do a bit, but it seems like they pulled the plug completely and stepped out of it. And because otherwise it also wouldn't have made any sense, because they had their kickoff just this week in Vegas. They could have done it better next week or the week after Explore, so that you don't have to fly people in and out and in again. So, Matthias?
Still here. No, from my perspective, from my point of view, first, the number of attendees will be very interesting. On the one hand, as Sasha already said, many people do not get any funds or have any plans to travel to VMware Explore. On the other hand, we have only 2 explorers left, because as far as I remember, the one in the APAC area is not happening this year. So I assume that more people from the APAC area will travel to either Vegas or Barcelona. So maybe we have more attendees in the US again, just because of that fact. For me, it will be a different VMware Explorer, because I'm just looking forward to, I don't know how many meetings in our customer briefing center, and talk to, I don't know how many CSPs about their issues, struggles, design challenges, infrastructure challenges, and even more interesting, product and packaging challenges, to find out how could we use new services, how could we, based on the new VCF licensing, especially in the firewall and advanced threat protection area, how can we build products around those new build licenses to monetize those features even better than before. I think that's very interesting. So hours and hours on the whiteboard and sitting together with our CSPs. So that's what I'm really looking forward. And also to get some feedback from the real life. How is the VCF part running with CSPs? Because I haven't seen that many CSPs already migrated to VCF, only those who ramped up their infrastructures from scratch. But now we have, with VCF 5.2, it's the first version which offers a brownfield approach to import parts of the infrastructure. It's very limited, speaking as of today, but now it started the process of building a brownfield approach. So also talking about CSPs, how to what's their road to success, or their roadmap to migrate to a fully blown VCF stack, including all the management components. So I think these are my 2 biggest expectations to VMware Explore this year. Of course, the community event, especially Tuesday and Monday night, poker night. Also looking forward to this one. Who's coming? Who will win? That will be very interesting. Who's the best poker player within comdivision customer field?
Yeah, I saw Sasha already training.
Yeah,
I catched him right-handed.
yeah. That's the same, like to try to train a dolphin to play soccer or something.
That works.
Yep. I guess a good trained dolphin would actually be more successful in soccer than you, Matthias.
Oh, that's not a big challenge. Yeah. So very different.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I really look forward to the not only to the poker tournament but also our dinner on Sunday night. But yeah, splitting it up in the dinner and the poker tournament is going to be interesting. We have quite a few people who are going to be at both. Some people decided to go either one or the other. So, but overall, I think it's going to be interesting and to see also, yeah, how many people from Asia Pac are going to be there, how many from other territories. Looking at the travel costs for Barcelona, which are by now also getting ridiculously high when you look at hotel prices and everything else. It might even be cheaper by now for some Europeans to come to the US, as long as you are not flying business class. Yeah, Barcelona speaks about 500 to 500 plus euro per night for a room. And expenses for restaurants. I mean, our customer event, which I'm not going to announce where it is and stuff like that yet, because we want to be sure that the booking goes through. But we also had a few other options, and restaurant prices and stuff like that are ridiculously high. I mean, they are not that far away from Vegas anymore.
So if you plan to join Barcelona, register for buy your ticket and book though there are still a few rooms available for better rates.
I haven't done it.
Me neither, but I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I think that's the best way currently.
Good. Anything we don't
in Vegas?
We are not there yet.
Is it freaking hot or baking hot?
It's freaking hot. Talking about 40 degrees.
That's
which
in the night. Sorry, 40 in the night.
We are trained, so
we are trained from Palm Springs. So this is why we had a 1.5 training week in Palm Springs. So absolutely no problem. Really that hot?
Yeah, I checked it now.
Yeah, 40, 41, 40.
That's nothing. We had 48.
Next week it gets a little bit cooler, 38, 37.
So will be an outside event.
But I mean, at least the party is going to be inside again. It's going to be in the Venetian ballroom. So we will see, I think. But coming back to the question before we had the temperature discussion, Barcelona discussion, anything someone says they don't want to see at the Explore conference?
Yeah, for me, that's very simple. I hope that we're not having too many people running around still trash talking about the whole Broadcom VMware Jesus Christ. The acquisition, that's the word I was looking for, acquisition. So, like people talking nonsense and bad about that acquisition, guys, it's done. It is as it is, right? And we all need to look forward and deal with it. So that's what I'm really hoping, because it's not helping, and it's just a waste of time. So that's what I don't want to see at VMware Explore.
So you don't want to have the wonderful stickers we saw at the service provider thing at the CloudFest.
I don't know. I don't know about the sticker, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure we will see at least a good amount of advertising from other hypervisor vendors around Las Vegas. That would be highly surprising if that's not going to happen.
But that's nothing new, and honestly, advertising a product and trash talking about something, these are two different ball games, right? Because within every VMware Explorer, we had other vendors trying to convince customers, trying out the products, whatever. But that's something completely different than just trash talking.
So I'm really interested if any of these vendors booked the Sphere and make marketing on Sphere at that time.
I think we booked it. Rumor.
I mean, the stunt would be interesting, but there is not many who have the budget for that. The numbers are public, what you pay for the Sphere, and I'm pretty sure for this conference that's going to be that's considered a high score event because there is a 10,000 people conference at the Venetian. So,
but there are a few now who have the preparation done and have this marketing stuff for Sphere prepared. So yeah, let's take a look. Next point, very interesting, is who will join from the VMware or Broadcom staff. That's the next interesting point. I think it will be not so many people like in the last years.
You mean from a people's perspective, how many
Yes.
from the VMware employees are going to
Yes.
join? Yeah, that sounds like from a lot of people we've spoken to, that sounds like being very, very, very limited. So it's not going to be that much. But remember last year, it changed last minute.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody got is like, go, 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 go. So I'm not sure if Broadcom works the same way, because remember last year, August was still under full VMware control. Even Barcelona was still under full VMware control. So not sure if that's going to really affect anything. So good. I think that's a good wrap up. We are going to do a recording during Explore. I think it's planned for Wednesday afternoon. I said it already on other social media posts. If you are at Explore and you want to join the live recording session, which is going to be run from the comdivision briefing center, we need to know, or we need you to actually contact one of us or the team and actually let us know, because we need to create a list of people who are going to join us for legal reasons and other reasons. But if you want to join the session live and in person in our briefing center, let us know, ping us on any of the social media channels, and we will make sure that you get on the list, and then you could actually join a recording session in person and give us your statement, what you think about Explore, what's your opinion about Explore, and everything else. You don't need to come in front of the microphone, but you could if you want to. And we would really love to see a few of our listeners during Explore and the live recording session there with us. We might have giveaways as well. We might
ping us before and
yeah. Good. Okay. Also, because I had a few questions, is like, where can people get the pins and stuff like that? Beside our customer briefing center, we will also give a few to the community team from Corey to share at the community part. But the safest way is actually if you meet us at one of our events. We will all have stuff with us. Good. That being said, I would say, Toby and Matthias, we will see you next week here in the US. For Sasha and me, it feels like we are completely adjusted to it. See you next week when we have our own internal kickoff, and then see many from our audience, hopefully during Explore Las Vegas, starting on the 26th.
Yeah.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except Roundtable.
See you there.
See you there.
See you.
bye-bye.
Bye.